The Poughkeepsie Tapes is a 2007 mockumentary horror film directed by John Eric Dowdle. It stars Stacy Chbosky, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Ben Mesmer, Ivor Brogger, among others. It is Dowdle's third directed feature, so without further ado, let's start. The center of this fake documentary revolves around the search for a sadistic serial killer loose in the town of Poughkeepsie, New York. As the film progresses, it is revealed that the videotapes found in the killer's home actually showcase the brutal murders he committed. Given that this film is presented in a documentary style, the pacing is admittedly somewhat slow. There's actually moments where I was distracted by something else, but there is a morbid curiosity that this film presents that makes you want to know more about this killer despite how fucked up he truly is. And the story only gets more disturbing the more you watch. Also, the fact that the killer doesn't seem to have a motivation beyond just a need to act out his sadism only makes it more, disturbing. I give premise a B+. It goes all the way in terms of horror. It goes so far that it feels like it's too much sometimes. In fact, I do have to give a warning that this film does contain some brutal depictions of SA and even physical/psychological abuse. Next is acting, which really did help add to the overall troubling realism of the film. The interviews of the victims' families felt so raw that you almost forget that what you are watching is a movie. I especially have to give credit to the parents, can't remember who played them, being interviewed after the killer took their little girl. It was just so overwhelming to watch that it actually made me feel like I shouldn't be watching due to how heartbreaking their performance truly was. The same could be said of the pain the victims demonstrated. And Chbosky also has some horrifyingly realistic acting. I give acting an A+. It really added to the overall genuine feel of the film. Finally, directing. This is one of those films that will have you wondering if the filmmaker is alright, because John Eric Dowdle does not shy away from any of the brutal stuff. Like I said, the killer films his murders and it seems so real that it almost seemed like something that should be on the dark web. He truly is in your face about it and just demonstrates just how truly evil this killer is. Even in the documentary format, which made it feel boring at times, he still managed to create something truly disturbing. I give directing a B+. Overall, the Poughkeepsie Tapes is a very upsetting film to watch and even might make you want to turn it off at times. But what gives it its power is how unrelenting it truly is and the gruesome realism of the film. It might be too much for some people, but if you're a fan of the horror genre, then you might like it. Although the film didn't really feel like it had a point in some areas and seemed to just want to see how shocking and brutal it could get, it does focus on some of the aftermath of the killings and the way it affects those who are close to the victims, but that's about it. I give the Poughkeepsie Tapes a B+. Thank you for watching, don't forget to like and sub for more content.